Hello everyone, welcome to the All Day Football Show. I'm your host, as always, Jackson Cog, and today I've got you Week 9 NFL analysis. Jumping right into it, top 10 teams, game picks, and Patriots specific analysis. They played the Panthers this week. We'll dive into how that goes. Starting off with the top 10 from last week. There wasn't a lot of movement last week. Big changes this week. We have a new number 1 in the Los Angeles Rams. They blew out the Texans. The score got closer due to garbage time, but they absolutely destroyed the Texans and then decided to trade for Von Miller at the trade deadline. So the Rams have easily the most talented roster in the league right now and are going Super Bowl or bust. And the reason they move up into the number 1 spot is due to a loss on Thursday Night Football by the Arizona Cardinals to the Green Bay Packers. Packers move up a couple spots, though that might change this week as Aaron Rodgers decided to confuse people about his vaccination status and will be out on Sunday against the Chiefs after testing positive for COVID and being unvaccinated. Bills stay in their spot after a close win over the Dolphins. The Buccaneers drop 2 spots after a tough loss to the Saints. The Saints just seem to be Brady's kryptonite over there in the NFC. Got the Cowboys and the Ravens staying the course. Ravens were on a bye last week, and the Cowboys sneak one out without Dak starting against the Vikings. We've got the Titans who move up a spot after a narrow victory over the Colts. The Saints who move up 2 spots after a beating of the Bucs. And the Chargers move down 2 spots after losing to the Patriots in a close matchup. And the Bengals who moved up 1 spot, who moved up into the top 10 last week, after beating the Ravens, then drop out of the top 10 after deciding to lose to the New Jersey Jets. Crazy. But that's this week. Now, game picks, we've got the Buccaneers, the Redacted, the Lions, and the Seahawks on bye this week. Last week for picks did really bad, went 8-7. No. I picked the Patriots game right. A lot of people said the Chargers were going to win. Guess they were wrong. This week on tonight, Thursday Night Football, I've got the Colts beating the Jets at home. Then I've got 3 road victories. I've got the Browns beating the Bengals on the road. I think that's going to be a close game, but I think the Browns might edge it out. I've got the Texans winning on the road against the Dolphins. Tyrod Taylor coming back and starting for the Texans. That might help revitalize some of that offense. And I've got the Bills beating the Jaguars on the road. That shouldn't be too tough of a matchup. Moving to the NFC matchups, I've got the Saints winning at home against the Falcons. Jameis Winston out for the year on a torn ACL. Don't think that's going to matter that much for them this week as the Falcons are an easy enough opponent. The offense should be able to do enough to narrow through with a win. I've got the Cardinals winning on the road against the 49ers. Looks like Kyler Murray is gearing towards playing. And if he is, then I think the Cardinals edged this one out against the division rival. A lot of interconference matchups this week. Diving right into it. I've got the Cowboys beating the Broncos at home. Very simple. Dak is coming back from injury. And I think the Cowboys are going to trounce them. I've got the Raiders winning on the road against the Giants. Coming off of a bye. Raiders are a very sneaky team right now. Could do a lot of damage over there, especially with the Chiefs being below average this year. Got the Patriots continuing their winning streak on the road against the Panthers. Not too tough of a matchup there. They should be able to edge it out. We've got the Ravens winning at home against the Vikings. They're also the Ravens coming off of a bye. The Vikings losing a close matchup to the Cowboys last week. Chargers don't end up in a slump. I think they win on the road against the Eagles. And then I've got the last 3 home wins. I've got the Chiefs beating the Packers. The Packers are starting Jordan Love. I think the Chiefs will be able to narrow their way out of that one. I've got the Rams beating the Titans. And then I've got the Steelers winning on Monday Night Football against the Bears. Da Bears. The Patriots, for the 2nd year in a row, have beaten the LA Chargers. They've beaten the Chargers 3 times in the last 4 years, I believe. All pretty badly. The score doesn't really reflect how well the Patriots played against the Chargers. The Patriots played a very game-controlling football. The only knock on the Patriots this past week in their 27-24 victory over the Chargers was their offense and the way they ran things. This game should have been a blowout, but what prevented that from happening was the Patriots' red zone offense. Jacoby Myers is 3 yards away from breaking the all-time record of receiving yards without a touchdown. McDaniels, knowing this, which the receiving yards it was a little more last week, kept trying to draw plays for Jacoby Myers to get his touchdown finally. That did not work out well. Multiple times they were on the goal line and didn't run it and were running goal line fades to Myers. Myers is a great receiver. That's not what they should be using him for. This is part of the problem where I think the argument of where, N'Keal Harry sucks, N'Keal Harry isn't very good. That's a situation that you put N'Keal Harry on the field, and he's proven that he can win in those situations. Countless times with quarterbacks like Jarrett Stidham throwing to him there. He's done it all the time. That's the spot where you put N'Keal Harry, and that's where he shines. Not Myers. They kept missing connections deep down the field to Aguilar. The passing offense this week was all over the place, but it was about time Mac Jones had a rookie-looking game. But he had no turnover-worthy plays according to Pro Football Focus. He has 3 straight games of no turnover-worthy plays, actually. So that's pretty significant. But the keys to victory this week on the road against the Panthers. Make Darnold see ghosts. Darnold is questionable right now with a shoulder and concussion. If he does play, the Patriots have done very well of containing Darnold in the past. Just keep that up. If he doesn't play, it's going to be P.J. Walker, former XFL quarterback. Did very well there. Would have probably been that league's top player for the not full season that they played. And got an opportunity to go to the Panthers as their backup. And now he has the opportunity to possibly start against the Patriots. Whether it's P.J. Walker or Darnold, make him see ghosts. I just like the meme for Darnold. But it still goes for P.J. Walker. Both young quarterbacks doesn't mean that they're going to do very well against the Patriots secondary. Though banged up and not looking very good, the Patriots last week decided to go to a more zone-heavy defense, and it worked out well for them against Justin Herbert. So don't see why they wouldn't do the same against Darnold or P.J. Walker and take full advantage of either a not-so-great battle-worn quarterback, who you've beaten all the time because you're a former division quarterback, or you get the young quarterback who's never played you before. So either way, good quarterback matchup. Number 2, don't force plays like I talked about previously. Don't draw up plays to do things on purpose. Do what's right in the moment. If the right thing is to hand the ball off to Damian Harris with 1 yard to go, don't throw a goal line fade to Jacoby Myers. Plain and simple. Use the correct plays. The play calling has gotten a little bit better, but definitely needs to change up. We don't want to go from going full conservative to full gung-ho down the field. The stigma that Mac Jones doesn't throw the ball down the field either is BS, as he has the same average depth of target as Justin Herbert and Patrick Mahomes at about 8 yards down the field. So don't want to hear none of that. And then number 3, time on the pocket is equal to wide receivers' time to get open. The more time the O-line gives Mac to throw the ball, the more time the receivers have to get open. It's plain and simple. And the O-line has gotten better from the first couple weeks that the game started. With Trent Brown still out, the Patriots decided to take the move of, the tackles we were putting in for Trent Brown weren't performing well, whether it was Haran, Durant, Kajust. So what do they decide to do? They put Michael Onwenu, who played there last year, back in the right tackle spot, and put Ted Karras in at left guard as that's what he used to play when he was a Patriot. And he looked very good. I got to give him that. He's looked done very well this year. I think our worst offensive lineman right now is Isaiah Wynn, which is going to get interesting because they did pick up his fifth-year option. But the O-line has gotten better, and the more time they give Mac Jones to throw in the pocket, the better the Patriots' chances have against this very good Panthers secondary. And, they traded Stephon Gilmore here. This will be Gilmore's first game of the year. You've got AJ Boye over there. You've got Dante Jackson, very good secondary over there. And if they were fully healthy, they'd also have J.C. Horn. It's just a very good-looking secondary and very tough to go against. So the more time they give the receivers to get open, the better the offense will look because they're going to try and stop the run. So getting that passing game going will help the offense out tremendously. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It would be greatly appreciated. Getting a bunch of views on previous videos that I've done, the Patriots of the past videos, the hype videos. Again, thank you for watching those if you have. If you haven't, go check those out. Hope you all enjoy your football Sunday and watching the game tonight if you choose to. And let's hope the Pats go down to Carolina and get a dub on Sunday. Adios.